Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We can just sit here and listen to the rest of the song.
I could do that.
Let's do that.
We'd get sued.
Oh, I forgot my jacket. Whatever.
There you go.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Your notes.
This is
She's
great.
very upset about this jacket.
Yeah.
What does it say?
That's rude.
Get rid of Pyrian and Pigeon.
Very rude.
What? Nothing. Hey, we got ourselves a third game. Newbee, they managed to fight back and they managed to take down Fnatic. We have a tie here. We are in the lower bracket semi-finals, I'm going to call it. Winner plays again today, by the way, against Liquid, and then we know who's going to face Team Secret tomorrow in the grand finals. But that was an exciting one, you guys.
It was.
Yeah.
It was certainly closer than the first game.
Definitely.
I mean, I said I liked Fnatic's draft in the first game more than I liked Newbee's. I liked Newbee's draft more. And it kind of follows on from what a lot of the players were saying in the profiles, where they said drafting is such a huge part of it. And I think Newbee's draft of this game was an awful lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just worked better for them. There were other things that happened in the game, I think, but the draft was a big factor. Newbee did great.
I wrote down one of my points. I write down points of the games. One of them was Pugna. Actually, it has like 5 A's.
5 A's.
Doesn't he say it like that? I think he does like as long as like Pugna. Really long. I can't remember.
Maybe.
I have had like voices turned off for so long in Dota. I miss them now. I'm gonna have to turn back on. But I mean, it was kind. It's kind. Oh look at that.
Oh, they
She's
brought you a
I got my
now.
jacket. Thank you.
Wonderful. There we go.
Hello.
It's great
I'm
service.
just putting on my jacket. You know, it looks more professional with
That's
the
good
jacket.
floor management.
Can you like ask?
That's good floor management.
Can you ask for like more or less anything? Could I just go? Hey, throw me a monster. Just like no.
Do you need help with the?
No.
I'm not gonna get that.
No.
That's
And
not
those
a safety
things,
issue.
you have
That's
monsters
oh,
in front of you. Oh, I broke my
Okay.
earpiece.
there we go. That's good.
It's a great start here to this segment.
She really needed that jacket.
Okay.
Ah, got him.
So no, is that
Fixed
so
it
far
also.
Curse of the Deucer by looks of it? Both teams have picked it and both teams have lost with it.
Yes. But not for lack of trying.
I mean, like you said, looked more even than last one.
Yeah.
Deucer seemed to be doing more. There were actually some really close fights. Like I think there was one where
Have you chosen one? A really close
I've
fight?
chosen one. This was the point where like Fnatic, I kind of looked and was like, they actually might turn this around. It was off the back of the Roche pit. And we were talking about this back behind stage. Like, they pushed and they forced the buybacks and they hung around too long. You just kind of get stuck. It's like, guys, can you get me out? No. And then they circle around him. And this is the moment. This is where you just hate Underlord. This right here. This is the kill zone.
The kill
Get out
zone.
of the kill zone quickly. No, and you're not doing it quickly. You're standing there, and this annoying little child over here is non-stopping. It's not really circling right now because it's got smudges of chocolate from yesterday there, but it was delicious. I'm not going to start looking at the screen though. And the Abed gets popped.
Yep.
And they both, once again, circle around him. It's like, this is our shield maiden. They have to back Abed here. And he goes back in. They should have just left. They could have just walked away. But what's this again? It's the kill zone. Actually, we should use red to indicate. Don't be near here. Because guess who's in this kill zone now? It's your favorite little eternal child. And this is kind of the awkward issue is Medusa, you need to be able to push off the back of her constantly. The moment you get forced away.
I mean, at this
But
point,
it's
fight
lined up.
Pilot, you know, he was there for a little bit. Now he's like, you know what? I'm just going to push bottom instead.
There was a moment
Kill
there
zone.
where it looked like even Newbee, having
Yeah.
brought back, they popped the Aegis, they walked away. Like, they were like, well, this fight is clearly done. They're just going to back. And then Abed just sort of walks forward, and they were like,
Oh, wait.
oh. Like,
not
I
done?
was surprised, and I actually thought that having taken what was a pretty bad deficit, they'd almost turned it around, and then I feel like they went back in where maybe they should just said, okay, we gave up an Aegis, but we got buybacks, and now we can go back. Needed damage on the Juicer. Didn't have that Skadi, and I just think maybe just a little bit more time farming really could have helped them in that game.
And it's shoe, right? Like for the amount of squiggle time I had, that fight was so long, and there was so many opportunities for Fnatic to go, let's just leave.
But I don't think they could. I think that's
had
the
to.
problem.
Yeah.
They needed to leave at the point where they had a gap. But there was no gap because they suddenly had to go back in, and they all sort of went to leave, and then they went back in to help the Juicer, and it was too late. But yeah, that felt to me like that could have been a turning point. But as it was, it just stayed even, and then Newbee made the most of that extra time. All of a sudden, the lead went to just 2K to just all of a sudden they were 10K ahead again. It was like, all right, well, this is now much harder.
Yeah, and who made it harder for Newbee to actually win in the end? Let's find out who you voted for the MVP. Because I do think that for Fnatic, Pilot was actually the
many
legitimate MVP
Now, here's
here.
the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're just saying because he died a lot, but
No, he
if
did
you,
real
you
well.
You should have listened to what Fog said in the commentary
Yeah.
about the amount of space he created. That rope, for instance, that they got. You had 2 heroes chasing Pi. Pi did great. Yes, he died a lot.
Yeah.
But he courier snipes. He wasted their time. I think Pi played, which I haven't seen.
I mean, for Fnatic, he was the MVP.
before. Yeah, he 100% was.
Yeah.
So I think he did really well.
Yeah.
So I hope that's a genuine Twitch vote. If it is,
I hope so too.
good on you,
because,
lads.
Yeah,
Good on you.
We're proud of you.
we are proud. I think that today is definitely a step up from yesterday. This series has gotten a lot more close than what we thought. At least after game 1, it looked like maybe it was going to be a quick 2-0. But I'm happy to see Newbee with some fighting spirit. I'm very curious to see what these teams are going to do next. Because, yeah, we have seen Medusa lose 2 times in a row.
So maybe the secret strategy here is no one ban Medusa and then kind of bait the other opponent into picking it.
Maybe.
There we go.
I think if you look at before game 2, Newbee were very, very vocal. They were
Yes.
clearly very, very angry with what they probably saw as, what are we doing, lads? Come on, you know, we're Newbee.
Yeah.
We're better than this. We should be playing better than this. And I think they gave themselves a bollocking and got back in it. So
They're a team that really focuses on themselves and on how they are playing and
yeah,
improving their own
KP said
play.
that, didn't he?
Yeah.
He definitely said they try to focus on what they're doing rather than what anyone else is doing. So what is this camera?
Hello.
What is this
I-
camera do?
What is
Mum.
happening?
This is very close. Like,
Yeah,
it's communicating
Nodding.
with me now.
it's sentient.
Are you okay today?
What? Who are you talking to?
I don't know. Are they being nice to you back there?
No.
No.
What is this camera?
Are you the panda?
Oh, it's Panda Cam.
Oh,
Okay.
panda.
We do have to be serious doing the draft. Fair enough.
Yep. There we go.
All right,
By the
guys.
way, Sand King is unbanned. Disruptor
Yes.
is unbanned.
Tiny unbanned. I mentioned him because, I mean, even though we got ignored previous game,
This will be a Sand King pick.
the game before that, yeah,
Look at you.
the game before
100%.
that we did have
So
First
maybe
base
we'll
ban.
take Disruptor because they really love that hero.
And Tusk.
They could definitely take Tusk. Might be able to Titan, but I think they should. They could probably take Disruptor Tusk.
I think reflecting upon it.
But they love the hero.
Yeah,
They
they
do
love the hero, but I don't like it here. I mean, you do get rid of the DP this time round, so that's good to disrupt as you'd expect.
they've had Disruptor all game so far. They really value him, huh?
Chinese teams love Disruptor. I can't remember a time when it wasn't a popular pick in that region.
I do think that they, like previous, the first game they picked Elder Titan together with Disruptor. I think the Earth Shaker actually played a very big role for
was very
Newbee
helpful.
in this game. I mean, we have it first phase ban, so they're not going to have it again. But I think it's essential to put Kaka on one of those heroes that he can do more on in the early stages compared to an Elder Titan. Elder Titan is great later game,
Yeah.
but maybe at the start he's not as active
This is
as
why
he
I-
can be.
This is why I flagged the Tusk, because the Tusk got banned out last time, and I think it was banned out the game previously. This time they chose to ban out the Earthshaker, so it's a similar effect. It's that control. It's, you know, you got to keep in mind how powerful it is to block people's escape out. And they give it tiny.
Ooh, tiny.
Another decent hero.
And a flex pick.
Yeah, you can stick it more or less anywhere.
Now, when you say flex pick, do you mean it's like a flexible pick that they could run in different places, or do you
Yes.
think they're literally flexing their muscles, like they're flexing? on-
Which one do you think this
I'm gonna take the flexing their muscles.
I mean, maybe when he levels up, because he's got really, really kind of like big.
No, it's just like it's a hero that's sort of like, watch this, and they lift something really big, and that's a flex pick.
So are we counting Tide Hunter, or is he more like Flubber than muscle?
Hey, let's not body shame Tide.
I'm not,
okay?
I'm asking, do you
He
think he's more
eats a
muscular?
lot of fish. He has to.
I mean,
he's
it's
compelled
gains.
to.
Yeah.
He's a Leviathan. I mean,
you go.
jeez.
It's all muscle.
You know, he starts off eating sea cucumbers. He's trying to diet here, you know. And by the end of it, he's eating whales.
Before you know it, it's just eating scorpions, you know?
Warlock.
It's awkward.
This is nice. This is what Fnatic did in the first game with this this distant reset or initiation, depending on how you want to do it, with the Warlock. The range on his ult is so big. Fatal Bonds, very good in these fights. You get a good Fatal Bonds, good Sand King, 2 or 3 man stun.
It's the combo of slows as well. Wait, I'm going to go back to it.
I don't know
That's
why
slow.
you think the slow is like
Because
such a big deal for
thanking
this
here,
hero.
because you've got the control to actually then follow up with the slow, so over time it builds up.
Right.
And also, in later levels, you can go for things like the % slows, which are quite nice.
Sure.
So it depends. Like, if you can get far enough from the fight, that's fine. So maybe Fnatic, they run something very aggressive, very in your face.
Maybe.
And I wouldn't be surprised. We saw it previously when they had the Warlock. They went with the Phantom Lancer.
Is that a
got straight
Visage
up
ban?
on
I can't see
Yeah,
it from...
Visage has been
Yeah.
banned.
Okay.
Goodbye, Birdman. No pretty little creeps flying around the airs, and Lina does get banned out by Fnatic again. There's a lot of respect coming out for SCCC. He has been playing really well in that hero when we see him.
We don't see him very often, though.
I know, but like
Sure,
when
yesterday
he
he
does,
Yeah, but like that was one of the only times, I think.
That's true. Well, that I've seen.
I
I do
don't-
scrubby pubcast, so I see him do it sometimes. but
Within the last 24 hours, he
in
has
the last
played that
24
hero.
hours, there you go.
He played it once.
5 seconds
Yes.
remaining. Fnatic
So what type of heroes do we want to see here for both teams, actually? Because I would imagine for Fnatic, we've got Pi's hero, which is a Warlock. We've got DJ's hero, that's the Sand King. We don't know what the Tiny is, but historically speaking, Newbee actually also picks their support in first two, so we're lacking a lot of cores here.
10 seconds
Yeah.
Yeah.
remaining.
Leaving it open, not giving too much away. Solid heroes so far. I mean, you can do a lot with this draft, and I think because neither team is giving too much away, it's actually
Time to pick.
harder. It's much harder to judge what they're going to go for.
Yeah.
Obviously, we look at the bans. These are just heroes they don't want to have to face.
I mean, we just saw S-Triple-C's...
Yeah, we just saw it.
Sorry, SUCCC Pugna.
Yeah, we saw that. We don't want to see that again. They don't want to see Lina again. So it's like, these are heroes that, like, the first few bans tend to be like, these are just heroes we don't want to play against. And it's like, all right, now, what have we seen and we don't want to have to face?
Oh, Newbee actually go with the Earth Spirit. here.
Karkas Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, this is really strong from Newbee so far.
Yeah, a lot of early aggression. There's like the Tiny's the type of hero that can capitalize on these two supports and find a lot of early kills.
They're going to need to worry here about escapes because
Yeah.
they're going to get, you're going to get jumped by the Earth Spirit and the Tiny. You're going to get glimpsed. It's going to be tough for whoever they go on.
I kind of like a Rubik hit. Oh, sorry, not Rubik. No, Warlock's Rubik. What I'm talking about. Good run of mid Rubik. I wouldn't suggest it, but that's the thing. Warlock gives you that sustain.
They need
But
a hero
it's
that
no
can
easy escape.
live through the burst if they're
Exactly.
getting jumped. They need
Mm-hmm.
fairly tough cores. Universe thinking hard, or he's got a headache, or who knows. He's just sick.
He's really focused. Like, what do I want
He's
to
like,
play?
Because his
like,
Beastmaster got banned out.
Yeah, he's like.
What's he gonna play if it's not Beastmaster?
I don't think I've seen him.
Previously, we saw him on the Bat Rider. I mean, it didn't. Obviously, he lost with it, but it's still
I don't like it here.
no.
Not against the Tiny as well, because Tiny's a big
Disruptor too.
concern, and
Yeah.
if you got to jump on him, status resistance,
yeah,
laugh
you
in your
know,
face.
the jump
True.
doesn't last very long. You've got Disruptor as well. Tidehunter's a possibility, just to give him even more team fight and just try and play that way. But
I kind of like Tide here. I can see it. It does do reasonably well against the Warlock harass early on, compared to many offlaners. The Omni Knight is still in there as well.
And we haven't seen Omni Knight this entire series.
It feels like it'd be very defensive of them to do it this time. They
Lifestealer.
Lifestealer, okay. So Lifestealer, not too bad.
doesn't care about getting glimpsed.
And can deal with Tiny if you
Yeah.
end up laning up against him.
That means that we might be looking for an offlaner / mid that has like can count as a vessel, as people call it. You know, is that needed or is Sand King enough? Because Sand King, you're gonna assume he has a blink at some point.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, the Sand King kind of Ubers in, drops off the Lifestealer, and then he can clear out, come back in with another stun. It's a very strong combo. The thing is, if they're both missing, you're gonna know what's up, right? Like I quite like. Often you'll see that what the Sand King does is he sort of comes into the fight late. You see GH do this all the time. There's a big fight going on that's like 4v5, and all of a sudden there's a massive 3-man stun epi. So I think if the Sand King is your delivery vessel, he's popped it. Lifestealer's out, and you're not going to get that surprise that you get from Sand King, which can be so effective.
And if you want to do that, you need to fully invest. You can't be half in this. It needs to be even more aggressive kind of Fnatic. I don't think they're likely to take something like the Puck or the Queen of Pain just because there's really good counters coming out from the supports already. But Weaver,
Didn't we see a Weaver? I think Envy played Weaver
He
against
did.
the Lifestealer yesterday. And I'm pretty sure he ran circles around them. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he just kited the Lifestealer really well.
it's the Lifestealer weakness. Can they kite me? Yes. Okay, I'm in trouble. I mean, even the Tiny, right? Like if you can't kill him before the rage runs out, he's just going to toss you away.
5 seconds remaining.
Bit more chat coming out of Newbee. They play better when they shout at each other.
They do.
Although
very encouraging.
just to clarify, they're not arguing.
No,
They're
they're
just
not.
this is just a discussion. They also have the
very
sound
lively.
cancelling headphones on. So
They want us in on the conversation.
whereas you look at Pi, and you think this guy never gets angry in his life.
Dude, he's like one of the most chilled people in the scene. From anyone I've talked to, I can't think of a single person that had a bad thing to say about Pi.
No, he's a nice guy.
I found the Weaver game.
Oh yeah.
It was against OG and it was against the Lifestealer indeed.
Was that the one where he got the triple kill down the bottom?
Yes,
Yeah.
that was the one.
That was
That was
Envy's.
vicious.
And-
He got a double kill actually, and it was almost. A
Oh,
triple.
It was,
yes.
yeah,
it got
because someone
snatched
else
away
stole
from
that.
you.
other
Right.
game. Universe Centaur is not the first time we see this tournament.
Shit, I was gonna say Centaur, and now it's too late. I was literally gonna say Centaur.
We could have looked smart.
Don't know.
We can
I'm
still ban
I'm
this for
sorry.
picks.
Our,
Like I don't even like Centaur, but I was gonna say it. God damn it!
I was
It's
gonna
another.
say,
It's another
we
stun, it's
cannot
good
seem
damage and
smart
the
no
rest
matter
of it.
what we say. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Like if I say now, I was gonna say Centaur. People are like bullshit, Pooty. But I know.
It's
like
good though.
delivery mechanism for the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
And against Weaver as well, because obviously Weaver's not got much HP. He tries to avoid any harassment, but if you get caught up by double edge, Centaur can afford to trade that damage favorably, I'd say. Obviously,
And if things get bad, they can run away.
yes. What a fantastic tactic.
It sounds
in battle.
it sounds very simple, but you do have a very strong disengage
can
there.
run away.
Yes.
Just wave the white flag. And
That being said, you are going to run away, but you're going to get chased by a Disruptor with a Glimpse, an Earth Spirit that is the fastest and chastiest hero in the land, and a Weaver that's very speedy, and Tiny can probably blink at some point as well. So running away is not as easy as
All
it
right,
actually
so you
seems.
can run towards them.
I think that's going to be the
So
strat
maybe
here.
that's even more powerful.
Yeah, because they don't have a lot of catch, or they didn't have a lot of catch other than the Sand King. But with the Centaur there, they can actually chase if Earth Spirit does try to run, if they're trying to run.
They banned the
Good
SF
job.
and they've banned the Storm.
it's actually quite interesting, like, to watch a Centaur jump in the middle of a fight with a Warlock Shadow Word on him, because of obviously the passive, the return as well as the healing. It gives you a lot more sustain than people realize, and that is maybe Newbee's weakness right now, is they have three pretty squishy heroes. Obviously, Weaver can lapse back, but at the same time, if they jump on you with the Sand King combo,
Woo! Wait,
Oh,
Abbott
we're
Invoker.
being spoiled.
Wowzers.
That is nice. That is the first Invoker of this tournament.
It's good for the Centaur as well.
That is unbelievable that this hero is only just getting picked, because it does feel like so many of these guys that are like mid players are amazing Invoker players. But I mean, he's a very greedy hero. But I think, jeez,
I mean, we
give
kind
the
of
guys
knew it was
who
going to
wants to
be.
play Invoker, give him Invoker.
Yeah. We kind of knew it was going to be a traditional mid with the bans coming out there. It really makes me wonder what Newbee was intending for themselves. Maybe they were planning on an Invoker as well. How do you counter the Abed Invoker? What are you going to do?
Well,
Earth Spirit is going to visit a lot.
yeah. Yeah, there's not really, you
Yeah.
can't really park, you could park Warlock with him, but I don't really like that as much.
No, I think the Warlock is probably
I
going
mean,
to be needed
I
for the
just think
Centaur.
he's just going to outplay him. Just say to him, just outplay them.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all you need
it's
to
an
do. Just
Invoker.
outplay them.
Okay, it's Winvoker. You can't lose with that hero, right?
Is it going to be something normal like a Queen of Pain?
I don't like Quap here.
No.
Maybe
Templar
OD?
Assassin.
Templar. Ooh.
No, I mentioned him earlier in the season, in
Yeah,
the
you
series,
finally
but
got It's not too bad here as well, because they've got big nukes. They haven't exactly got fast, rampant damage.
This is close.
They're still
is close,
very
but I've made my
vocal about
decision.
this.
it is close, but you've made your decision. Have you made your decision, Pigeon?
I have. Shall we reveal our decisions?
Reveal your decision.
My choice is Team Fnatic in this, I think.
I'm going to go with Fnatic as well. I have to. I mean, it's an Abed Invoker. I like seeing Centaur, so...
I just think they've got more potential,
And
more
more
jump,
sustain.
lot
Yeah.
of damage.
You don't think that the SCCC TA can do it?
I loved watching Templar Assassins because they're very brutal heroes, but
Yeah.
I just think Fnatic, because they've got a Warlock, their laning phase isn't going to be as rough because they've got that sustain.
Yeah, I'm saying Fnatic because I think
They're-
they've just got the combo.
They're sticking to their guns,
Yeah.
you guys. This is the final game of the series. Who's going to be fourth and who's going to be able to move forward to face Team Liquid later today? Let's find out with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Thank you very much, GVS. Game 3 now between Fnatic and Newbee. And what a couple of fifth picks we've had. We have the Arbed Invoker, but also coming close, I'd say, Tom, I'm excited to see the SCCC TA.
I'm pretty damn excited for both, indeed.
What do you think
A lot
about...
of minus armor coming out on the
Yeah.
side of Newbee with that Weaver and the Templar Assassin. The Invoker, pretty tough, right? He's versus both the Disruptor and the Earth Spirit. So Invoker, you don't get BKB till way later on. These two heroes can lock you down and silence you pretty consistently throughout the game. But we've been blessed to see this Abed Invoker actually here at DreamLeague during the qualifiers that A massive combo we saw in a couple of the clips, the Cataclysm, Refresher, blah, blah, blah. Good fun. We'll see what he can actually make happen with it. He's got decent Sunstrikes around the map. That's the crucial thing I usually look at when you are playing with Invoker in your draft is ways to set up those Sunstrikes to make sure he gets kills early. So they've got Sanking, they've got Centaur. Should be able to set up for a couple of those.
So as you
Newbee, it's a very scary TA pick.
Yes, okay. And as I said, because the physical elements of all the heroes matched up together, that's going to be strong. And
It's good core matchups. That's
Okay.
usually what I look at. Like Weaver and TA, pretty good both versus the Lifestealer as well, the Invoker. Sure, you're going to need a BKB at some point in that TA, but can definitely be pretty strong. Sunstrike, scouting out the high ground.
And Fnatic just trying to set up at the moment to try and go for the 3 bounty runes. See if Newbee are able to place themselves in any sort of place to contest it. But in terms of just the straight 1v1 matchup, is this a lane where we can expect we'll see SCCC get ahead, or?
Yeah, TA
This
tends
should be-
to do really well in this matchup. However, I've seen Abed at very high surprise do pretty good in most of these like counters of the Invoker. He's very good at microing with that like Forge Spirit and making sure he gets last hits. Goes double null usually to guarantee that he has a better laning phase. It's absolutely crucial that you don't just get crushed in this lane. Because TA, I think a lot of people from like the old days, they think back and they're like, oh my god, Boba versus Ferrari, never forget, you know, when he just got absolutely crushed versus that Templar Assassin. Sure, that's a long throwback, but TA has looked at one of those heroes that can do incredibly well versus Invoker in the lane if you get ahead. Sorry, Boba.
Well, Fnatic will be able to claim 3 of the bounty runes to begin with. Could add to sort of the point of allowing Arbet to have that extra bit of a boost mid.
So they're gonna do a lane at mid just to start it out because this is not that fun of a matchup till Invoker has levels. And the dodges are coming out. We saw initially Envy was starting top, but the Weaver was matched up there. So they wanted to try to actually aggro the Weaver with the Universe as well as DJ. So lane adjustments. Okay.
With the roll, Kaka won't find the connection. Just a couple of punches onto Arbed.
Dire structures are fortified.
Early Glyph comes out to keep the creep wave alive from Fnatic. They're actually one of the few teams I've been seeing consistently use that defensive Glyph before teams are hitting the towers. Since, you know, you're going to have it up almost pretty much at the same time as that catapult wave comes anyway.
Universe up top just going with the stomp to try and mess up the CS of KP. KP so far getting good farm on this Tiny.
Yeah, high base damage advantage.
Kaka. Once again towards the mid.
These lanes are looking pretty good for Newbee at the moment.
They're getting those ancient stacks as well.
Yeah, I think they got exactly what they wanted here. They have the Weaver switching up constantly to lane versus that Lifestealer, and they're going to make sure that KP gets something, having us 1v1. And Universe gets zoned out pretty heavily by Tiny. This cleave is a huge problem when you're playing these melee heroes. Mid lane though, relatively even because of Pi being there. Abed is a bit underleveled though, as expected because of that.
CCC trying to get a few side blade hits through. And certainly finding some good angles onto Abed.
Yeah, Abed's waiting for level 3 so he can actually start using that Force Spirit, because level 1 Force Spirit with this is just really crap. DJ, trading with Faith. And yeah, look at KP just dominating that top lane. 16-4 to the 8 last hits of Centaur.
Yeah, he's making it pretty much impossible for Universe to get the farm. And then Kaka again tries for the roll in.
Gets the last hit. And they switch lanes again. So Fnatic getting forced to switch these lanes constantly is heavily punishing them right now in this start of the game.
But it does give them kill opportunity onto KP.
Yeah, with DJ roaming over now too. Universe will get the initial stun.
I don't
KP, uh-oh.
Yeah, don't think he expected Universe to still be there. There's the wraparound, catches him off guard. They've got the stun strike, and Abed, he'll be happy with that one. Gets first blood with that connection. Yeah, you can see it there with KP's movement. He just did not expect Universe to still be hanging around after the Lifestealer came into the lane. assume that Universe would already be on the process of making the lane swap himself.
Yeah, and right away, Newbee responds. As soon as they see the Lifestealer up top, Weaver's going to go up there with some support help, and KP goes down bottom to be matched up versus Universe's Centaur. But mid, Pi's putting a lot of pressure onto SDCC. They're keeping that refraction down constantly with that Shadow Word, and Abed has now pulled ahead in last hits. So look at that Shadow Word instantly, well, not instantly, but pretty quickly able to remove their fraction. Now, Cold Snap, they're getting aggressive.
They
They've
are.
got the Fatal Bonds
SDCC's
too.
in trouble.
He's dead.
Such a hard lane to play against these two, as the TA as it seems. You just can't rely on the refraction with those instances taking it off. They'll try for a return play.
Faith has the DD.
Got some fair few punches onto Abed. Abed in a fair bit of trouble. Pops the Fairy Fire, but indeed that double damage
Uphill miss.
disruptors it enough. It is.
And they get him. Okay.
Not often that you see a DD room make the difference on a disruptor, but it certainly did there. Faith able to get himself a lovely bit of gold.
So Universe is getting good levels, but the last hits are really being dominated by KP, even though he did die initially up top. 29 and 10. And now bottom, Universe getting chased out here. Faith and KP.
The Avalanche, they've got the toss, and a couple of right clicks will bring him down low. He'll try and run his way out of there, but no way to escape these two. Newbee.
Faith makes so many plays on this disruptor. Like, I feel like I always just see Faith playing disruptor, to be honest. It's very consistent on the hero. Top, the Sunstrike. Is it enough?
Oh, it's
Moogie.
not.
The stick. He gets the wand off right before using the Shikuchi. It will
DJ
save
though?
him.
He might have this spot. Oh! Very
All-
close. Very close there.
All the
Moogie.
little things adding up there. Let's keep Moogie alive. But this mid lane, this dual lane from Pi, they're splitting the experience, so Abed level 4 as well as Pi, SCCC level 5, but Abed, you see on those last hits, leading the way, as well as in the net worth because of getting that Sunstrike kill. But there are always going to be those stacks for the Templar Assassins to catch back up on. Kaka's been consistently stacking both sides. Triple stack on the bottom, double on the left side.
Bottom lane, KP.
He's just between the towers.
Pretty aggressive.
Since he's able to, like, as a Tiny, you're always able to use your tree grab and push the wave in, while as a Centaur, you don't really want to have to use double edge to push wave, so he's able to threaten this tower quite heavily, like this level 7 on this
mid
Tiny.
lane. They just closed it again. Faith has the control of the field. They find Abed. Faith's disruptor causing a lot of issues. I mean, between these two supports, they've certainly got a lot of ways to get on top of the Invoker and keep Abed in place to allow SDCC to go to work early on. Some good focus of that mid lane. Getting SDCC into a good place on his TA.
Yeah. I mean, KP has 3,000 net worth to the 1,500 of poor Universe right now. It's just doubling up on him.
And we're starting to struggle up top as well.
Yeah.
Falling behind.
They got the lane matchups they wanted. It's really all just because of Pi sitting in that mid lane, why Abed's doing so well, even though he's got 2 deaths. Top lane, Moogie getting aggressive. They've got the Sunstrike, as well as the stun. It's not quite enough.
It's not enough. But now Envy, he's going to still be Dover potentially. The Shadow Word does come out from Pi. Looks like that'll be enough to dissuade Moogie from trying to finish off Envy.
And now that Pi's actually having to leave the mid lane, though, Abed has to go to the jungle because laning versus a TA when you've got level 3 refraction without some help is very hard as an invoker.
2k lead overall for Newbee. Yes, you say all eyes on KP to see what he can do with this early advantage that he's been able to get.
And the rotations from the supports of Newbee.
So they can find. DJ is on the higher ground. Him and MB backing away. They don't want to get caught out by these two supports. In fact, DJ, he'll take MV inside him.
Maybe they can look for a play onto KP bottom with Universe. I think they really need to do something about this bottom lane because Universe is not getting good farm. They've got Stampede at the ready though, so they do have ways to close the gap with that Infest Bomb, and it will be that bottom lane. It is a smoke too, so the ward does not catch this. KP, can he get away?
They got the Stampede. Closing the gap, straight in with the Burrow Strike. Infest jumps out. KP is pretty tanky. Not tanky enough, or is he with that TP? Surely he doesn't get out. He does not.
Where did
Fnatic-
he TP to? He tried to TP to his tower because it was a long TP. He was gonna die anyway, but it was one of the longer TPs.
So Fnatic get the successful pick, getting Envy involved early.
I mean, they needed to, right? It's like they're like, these lanes are not going well. They need to make something happen around the map. So great usage there with that smoke. Even though there was a ward there, they were not able to spot it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Push on to this tier 1 tower bottom now that they have Envy and DJ in position.
Dire's top tower is under
Mid lane.
They're taking the experience with the supports because the stacks that we were mentioning, SCCC cleared the left double stack. He still has a triple stack on the right side now too. And Mugi getting an absolutely uncontested lane now top.
under attack.
Kumla to put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower. No one looking to answer him at the moment as
Is under attack.
the rest of Newbee actually smoked up. Looking to make an attempt on the lives of Fnatic down here inside Newbee's jungle. DJ and Universe, who's going to be the one to be jumped on. They'll look to the side. They've got the boulder smash avalanche out onto DJ. DJ actually gets the power strike up to the high ground, but it doesn't matter. The glimpse is there from Faith. They drag TJ back.
Bottom tower is
He has the sandstorm. KP should have avalanche back in a couple of seconds.
They've got the roll as well with Shotgun. They're able to clean him up. That was weird though. He stunned as the toss happened, so he disjointed the toss initially. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, it looked kind of funky.
And the tree also, the boomerang effect because of the glimpse.
Still this 2k lead. Abed is not, he's not falling behind though.
No.
He's hitting his timings.
Midas is coming out on the career already too.
It's all on track to be the start that an Invoker would hope for.
Top, they're gonna get the chain stun, the epicenter as well with the Sunstrike. They've got enough for Mugi. He did not see that one coming. DJ coming from the tree line there.
Fnatic managing to sort of slow down that little lead that Newbee were getting there. They are getting the farm of their cause. SCCC though with these stacks will make good timing on his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, the thing is that you see Abed is ahead in the net worth, but look at the levels. Invoker, level 7, Templar Assassin, almost level 11 because of those Ancients.
And that high level TA blinking on top of whoever Kaka or Faith go upon should result in a kill most of the time. As Abed and Pi playing it very safe towards the mid, they know that something fishy's going on. And they have no interest in being caught out on the front lines as they back away. Mugi, Faith and SCCC able to put some pressure onto this tier 1 tower, and Fnatic, I'm sure they'll think hard before trying for any sort of defense, as this push is a push that they may just be best leaving it happen and letting Newbee get away with this tier 1. And then Envy, instant rage TP out.
It's pretty even. Like, I think Fnatic can be pretty happy with the way everything happened, with the way the lanes were set up, right? Like they had to constantly switch the lanes up because of the way that Newbee was positioning themselves. And they've got the Invoker that is coming out of a decent position after laning phase, which usually is kind of tough. And they're almost going to have, they're actually almost going to have the blink on Universe as well as DJ, which will be able to set up a lot of aggression coming out from both the Infest as well as those Sunstrikes around the map.
TJ 1600 towards the blink.
They're looking for Mugi as well. Again, top. If they can get the chain stun with the Sunstrike,
They've got the Epi in 2 seconds.
Yeah, they should have the burst damage if they can close the gap.
They have to get the bonus. It's hard.
Newbee, they're smoked up. They do see Abed in the enemy jungle with that ward that they placed. So looking to get aggressive.
Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Get a ward down. The trap slow out onto Pi. They want something bigger, they really do. Kaka and Faith.
Spotting DJ for now.
Dire's middle tower is
They throw the swarm as well to get the vision. Can Faith get the glimpse off? He can!
Oh, just at the last second as his team, they have the dust as well, of course, to surround Abed. Stampede will not save him. Must have been just at the last fraction of a second there.
Yeah.
He was able to get in range.
Consistently, Newbee in this series. In the last game, I was very impressed with their warding game. This time again, that ward, seeing Abed jungling, able to use that very nicely there for Newbee. Blink is finished though on Universe. see what they can make happen with this. I believe Envy almost has the armlet too. And they're looking. They know SCCC is up here.
Yeah, CCC pretty far out on his own.
Throws
Oh,
a
I
trap.
guess Mugi's kind of close, but
Yeah,
still.
he gets vision of the centaur for a second there. He's able to blink away with that refraction. Kaka, soaking mid experience, trying to get that level 6 for the Magnetize. 3k gold lead for Newbee. Universe trying to set something up onto Kaka here in the mid lane. They get the stun. Sunstrike. It's enough.
These little kills adding up towards Arbed. Arbed's Aghanim timings. Top Mugi. He's found Pylite Eye a little on his own here, and with SCCC jumping in, Pie's got no chance. Maybe see if they can find DJ as well, but the bugs did not quite catch on to him. They roll forward. They're looking to search for the tree line. Mugi has got eyes upon him. DJ immediately goes to the burrow strike, TP away, and we'll make it.
Faith has ultimate at the ready as this disruptor. KP also has blink now. Could look to make a play defensively down here on bottom while they siege top as well.
Dire's top tower.
Still yet to really see Envy get involved in the action on this lifestealer.
Yeah, they really want to take this fight bottom. Newbee, Fnatic, they are positioned here. They get the initial storm.
Straight up onto Envy. He may have that armlet, but it's not going to be enough to save him.
Dire's
Instant
top tower
jump
is under
there.
attack.
No hesitation from Newbee as soon as Envy gets underneath that tower.
Faith always in the right place at the right time, getting those spells off as this disruptor. 2-0 and 4. And they've got a smoke too available. It looks like they want to continue this aggression.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's
They're actually
structures
TPing mid
are
to get the
fortified.
setup.
Fnatic have to be careful that they don't let Newbee get too far ahead, and they are going to jump in onto the Disruptor immediately with the Sunstrike and Burst Strike. They found it. Faith will go down. Kaka is going to try and find some kills, potentially in return, though, if the backup is there, and it is Mugi and SCCC on the high ground, but Fnatic just far enough away to keep their distance.
Yeah, Kako was a bit off the mark there with the boulder smash, so they weren't able to actually chase DJ, and I think that's, no, almost the blink dagger on DJ. I think he was trying to actually get the last hit on that kill, but always better to actually give the Invoker the kills when he commits the Sunstrike. Halfway toward Aghanims on Abed. But a 4k lead still for Newbee. And they're claiming themselves a lot of map control too, getting these aggressive wards down and aggressive traps too. Once they've got the Desolator up, they could actually look to commit into that Roche pit. Lots of minus armor coming between their team with the Swarm, as well as the Meld and Deso. So Blink is finished for DJ. Looking for a fight now, Fnatic.
Yeah, they've got the Epicenter and the Chaotic Offering ready to go.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Certainly aren't a good place to try for a team fight.
The ideal for them is getting some big kill on the Templar Assassin, and if they can deny that Roche from Newbee, it would be massive. Looks like Kaka might be the culprit, and he will be.
As you say, the necessarily the biggest kill, but a kill going the way of Arbed at least. For Fnatic, that's what they care about. It's keeping this Invoker rich and richer. Making sure that he gets the Aghanims as soon as possible. Mid lane, they're going to try for the Appy play. Jump in immediately, Burrow Strike, Epicenter. Do they have enough burst to bring him down? They do. Just enough.
Yeah, Fnatic. Starting to get themselves some very big kills here, saving the Chaotic Offering during all these instances as well.
It is that scary time though, SCCC. Desolator, about 100 gold away.
Right after this big dragon,
He's
we'll
got
be
it.
able to purchase it.
It's a Blink Dagger Deso, pre-18 minutes. It's great timing for the TA.
Yep. Still pretty damn close. Faith. They know that there was a ward placed there. They will be able to take that one out from DJ.
If they could start to really try and force the fights before that
Oh,
Aghanim's
there's a
Invoker.
DD right outside the pit.
Oh. All right, so get that Deso out ASAP, SCCC.
Yeah.
It's on its way.
Really needs the BKB right after that versus this heavy magic damage lineup of Fnatic. So Envy's got the armlet finished and will be going for a halberd right afterwards. And with this DD, they make their way in the pit. This is going to die very fast here. Fnatic, can they respond in time?
They're
This
coming
is a
over.
Scout. They've got Chaotic Offering. They don't have Epi.
And Newbee will appreciate that. Like, they do back away. They know they have to be careful around this ultimate.
Abed can join the fight now too. He's peeping toward mid. He's got the Aghanims coming out on the courier too. So all of Fnatic will be here.
Oh, they're going to jump in straight away. They're looking for the Disruptor. They managed to get him. That's going to be one down. There's the Chaotic Offering coming down onto 3. Envy starting to go to work. Focuses KP on the Tiny. Cold Snap as well from Abed. Holds KP in place. Fnatic find 2. SCCC will be able to get DJ on the sidelines. They did finish off Universal 2 for 2. But that is Chaotic Offering down. SCCC thinking about moving back into the pit. DJ will buy back. Neither team really off the back of that can fully commit to Roche.
Newbee doesn't...
still ready to fight some more.
Without their Disruptor, without their Tiny, they don't have a great way to start the fight though. While on Fnatic, they have several different heroes that can actually do that.
They've got Faith back in now.
Yeah.
So, some different ults up now as well, because you've got the Static Storm from Faith, and now you do have Epicenter back online for DJ. But both teams seeming to back away from the pit, knowing that it's just a bit of a stalemate around that area.
Halbert's going to be a very nice pickup for Envy this game versus both that Weaver and Templar Assassin.
Kaka.
Able to find Kaka. The Force Staff will distance himself.
All about this pit control for both of the teams, but SCCC is doing his best to keep farming around the area of it. He's halfway towards having BKB gold on TA, ever so important against this Invoker lineup.
Yeah.
They're moving back into the pit, Newbee.
They've got Force Spirit as well as Illusion there to scout it there from Fnatic. Chaotic Offering not ready, but like you said, Epicenter is. There's a trap scouting out the supports of Fnatic at the moment though. KP.
They'll smoke up.
Universe trying to find the supports here. We'll find Faith again.
Oh, he's going to jump in straight away on the Disruptor, make sure there's no Static Storm for this fight. He's down. But the rest of Newbee, they're in the pit. They're looking to finish up Roshan, and they will. They get it. They get the Aegis onto SCCC. Abed comes in with a Meteor. KP Cold Snap. Envy focusing the Tiny. Abed will turn as well. Continue with the right list. KP being chased down. Sunstrike, it's on point. KP gets brought down.
DJ's jumping in now
They've
too.
got the Power Epi onto 2. They've got the lockdown onto Mugi. He can't get the time lapse off in time. SCCC surrounded. They'll take the TA. Sure, he had the Aegis, but SCCC's going to wake up to look at the faces of the full 5-man of Fnatic as he gets beat down as well. DJ with the triple kill, Fnatic with the cleanup, despite Newbee being able to get the Aegis from Roshan. You can see the call being made there from Newbee to just focus Roche, finish it off, grab the Aegis. But at the same time, Fnatic, they're just peeling them apart outside the pit, and by the time Roshan is down, Fnatic, they're more than ready to fight them a second time.
And now Faith again.
He's walked out. He's just handing themselves an extra bit of a freebie.
I mean, DJ getting a beautiful Epicenter there, but Universe getting the initial jump there, killing the supports before they're able to get any of their big ultis. There was no Magnetize, there was no Static Storm. Always able to isolate the right targets with that initiation. Absolutely perfect jumps there from Fnatic. And they didn't have Chaotic Offering for those fights.
No.
Just every little thing coming into play. 5-man wipe.
A very painful fight for Newbee. I guess the plus is that Fnatic didn't get the Aegis, but still, nonetheless, that lead that we did have a bit of has all been but lost, as the game is back to pretty much even in net worth. Kills obviously favouring Fnatic as they lead 16-9.
Yep.
But you can sort of feel it as the fights go on. Abed is getting scarier and scarier on this Invoker.
Yeah, and they're itemizing too to deal with these two big cores because they know the Weaver and the TA, full pure physical coming out from these two. So you see the Halberd finished by Envy. And then also Universe is building toward that Crimson Guard, actually very close to the Crimson Guard too, which will help them a lot in those fights. But it really is a lot about Newbee getting better positioning on their support heroes to be able to get those big spells off. They really, really need that Static Storm in these upcoming engagements. And again, the Infest, Fnatic not slowing down.
See what sort of a catch Universe can find this time round. 23 minutes, Fnatic starting to step up the pace of this game. KP will reveal himself mid. Universe is going to look for the jump in straight away, catching out the Tiny. The Sunstrike will be off the mark, and in fact, Fnatic there will disengage. Going to back off, aware that the rest of Newbee is coming across to look to start this off. Abed gets the Tornado out onto the Weaver. Do they have the control for Mugi? They don't. He's able to Shikuchi. Universe has been pushed aside, but the Chaotic Offering comes down onto 3. bit
DJ.
He is looking for the opening with that epicenter, focusing the TA. There's the combo through from Abed with the Chaos Meter, deafening blast. They picked up the remainder of it. Mugi did manage to scooch himself out. SCCC gets away with the TP. In fact, Mugi's able to turn. Find Pylite Eye. So Newbee coming out on top there as they do get 2 for exchange of just losing KP as the fight very much split apart there, spread up.
That was real scary though for SCCC. I think he had the refraction come up just at the right moment there so he could refraction right after the Chaos Meter and get the blink out and survive. Pi beating Faith with that golem. He'll be okay though.
Yeah, CCC's got the money for the BKB now, so that next fight, dealing with this TA is going to be quite the issue. When that BKB is up and running, and you've got to remember as well, these last few fights have been taken by Mugi, where he has got a lot of gold that he's yet to invest. He's saving up his money. He does have the Diffusal Blade queued up. I wonder if there's any chance we could see him maybe think towards like the Radiance pickup sometimes that we've seen a few Weavers go for recently.
I think I only like the Radiance if you're versus something like that PL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I saw Ace do that, right, versus a Phantom Lancer, but...
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it's not going to do much against the Lifestealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And the Diffusal's certainly going to offer up a lot of damage.
He's holding on to his gold, though.
He is, yeah. I mean, sometimes we see an early nullifier on some Weavers.
Maybe he might feel like he could need a BKB
Yeah.
to survive in the
Yeah,
fight,
that's also
too.
a
Sure, it
chance.
doesn't give him much damage or anything along those lines, but whenever you're playing versus, like, Invoker, you do feel kind of the need of that item.
It's the BKB into the hands of SCCC.
Under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Shiva's finished now for Abed. Again, like we were mentioning, the Weaver and TA are heavy physical damage, so getting that armor is going to be very useful versus that universe. Trying to get away. The stun actually connects, but they aren't close enough to continue the chase. And Mugi's actually just bought a Hyperstone. So I guess to go for an MKB to deal with that evasion coming up from the Lifestealer.
Alright, yeah.
Hyperstone, and then he's queued BKB. So MKB, BKB will be the choice for Mugi. And also KP, gonna go for a BKB as well.
Yeah,
we're
I mean,
mentioning.
you have
You
to.
have
I
to
think
versus
was-
Invokers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Might even get to the point down the line where Kakas even thinks about getting a BKB in the Spirit.
If only you had the luxury of
Sure.
supports to get that item.
You never know, though. This could be one of those games that goes on and on.
It really could be.
Fnatic is certainly the team to find themselves in those situations.
And it's, I mean, extremely close game. Only 1K
Yes.
lead
Oh, yeah.
in both the experience and gold, pretty much, for the side of Newbee. Not much vision on the map at the moment, though, for Newbee. They've got this one defensive ward bottom, and of course the TA traps, which are going to be constantly cutting waves, as we see SCCC doing down bottom. One wave just dies to those traps. And Abed will also go for his own BKB since he's versus that Earth Spirit and Disruptor.
Free tier 2 towers, it seems, for SCCC as he pushes onwards top. No interest from Fnatic to take a fight at this sort of area. In fact,
Universe very
mid-lane,
far up right now.
he is. They're going to have the field down. They'll drop the Static Storm. He does have the Crimson Guard helping him out against the right clicks of Mugi. And with that, he will be tanky enough to survive. SCC
DJ
does
jumps.
walk, but DJ is there. In with the Epi. They've got the Stun Strike as well, bringing SCC down low, but the counterplay from Newbee comes in. They pop the Avalanche towards Universe with the right clicks of KP. They find a second. They'll get both Pi and Universe out of it. Abed looking to TP away. Ooh, that boulder smash. Nearly doing it, but Abed will be successful with the escape. But it looks like both teams there trying to bait one another, but at the end of the day, Newbee the ones to come out on top.
It was a little awkward too for a second. I think Kaka misclicked his Force Staff trying to force SCCC and he started just TPing to the base in the middle of the fight. But they were able to save the TA long enough for her to get that BKB off. They need everything to be thrown at the same time on the side of Fnatic to kill people before that BKB comes out. They need the Invoker in the position. And like you said, it was kind of like that bait situation, so Newbee got the better jump off. A lot of this game is going to be up to those initiations.
lined up. They're going to jump forward. DJ gets the burrow strike. He's going to be there as well. Quick force up to the high ground from Kaka will keep him safe. And in fact, SDCC wants to go in. Jumps forward immediately with the mail. There's going to be the force out of the pit from DJ. DJ will be fine. Chaotic is down. SDCC pops BKB, turns straight towards the golem, looking to clean it up, and we'll get it. Easy 150 gold there for SDCC. And now Pi's in a bit of trouble. Universe will offer him the safety of the Stampede to get him back to his own half of the map. But still, that is the golem dropped. And nothing achieved with it there from Fnatic.
They tick the BKB down. That's the one thing. Right?
Okay.
So
Okay, they get a BKB charge.
It's,
Yeah, I guess.
it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's such a
You don't
long
really know if
cooldown,
it's
that
worth it or
golem.
not. Yeah, exactly. The BKB, though, is incredibly important, though, for the side of Newbee.
True.
Once they get down to that 5 seconds, that's where Invoker thrives.
Well, look at this, though. Newbee, they know there's no golem, so they want to try and make a play whilst the chaotic offering is down. As you say, though, they do not have the BKB for this fight. And
Not on the TA, but they have BKB on Weaver now finished from
Sure.
Newbee. But they're looking to try to catch something here, while Stampede and Offering are down.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How's Envy doing? Envy's about to have AC finished up. That's going to be really nice to increase his tankiness. Sunstrike scouting the pit. 6 seconds will be that Roshan. And Fnatic, they won't have Chaotic Offering for that Rosh fight. And they do constantly scout out Fnatic's heroes with these traps that are placed by SCCC. They just saw Abed down bottom near that shrine. And with Rosh available, they're going to start making their way toward that pit. They kill it very quickly here. The Infest comes out. Fnatic, they need to take this fight around the pit. They've got a smoke as well. The Sunstrike will scout it out so they know the HP that it's set at. And they get there in time, though. Look at the positioning from the supports of Newbee. They're trying to catch them before they get in the pit.
This is so hard for Fnatic to get in there. They're going to try with the smoke, but Roshan's already gone. SDCC claims the Aegis. Do Fnatic really want to continue and try and fight this? SCC jumps in, they'll get the Tornado up and stampeded up as well by Universe. Will be able to get himself at a bit of a different angle. They've lost Pylite Eye. They have managed to find the kill onto Kaka, but now being focused by KP, but Newbee, they've lost 2. They've lost both the supports. Envy moving forward, held back momentarily by KP's Avalanche, but still, Envy, he wants to run this down. They've got the slow from Pi on the high ground. KP surrounded, Rage up from Envy. Fnatic take a third. So again, a situation where Newbee get the Roshan and the Aegis, but the team fight that Fnatic's able to bring immediately afterwards seems to be too much for Newbee to deal with.
Yeah, tons of lockdown. They were able to kill Kaka with the Forge Spirits and the Cold Snap almost instantly in the fight before it started.
And that was a fight without Chaotic Offering and without the Epicenter.
Yeah.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Abed, 9 and 3 on this Invoker. Has the level 20 now too, so Cataclysm at the ready to jump. Comes in though.
Forward, but there's Abed with the counterplay, finds the Tornado onto 2. BKB will come out from SCCC, but Chaotic Offering down. With the control through the Magic Immunity still though, SCCC able to walk it off. Mugi turns towards Universe with the Crimson Guard up. Protecting them.
Damage.
They don't. This Weaver is barely tickling them. Universe's Crimson doing a lot to just make Mugi's efforts just worthless.
Was that both BKBs from Newbee? It was. So Fnatic with that, they're looking for the high ground push here.
And they've still got that Epi. If DJ sees a chance to dive in behind the tower, he'll certainly go for it. The tier 3 tower starting to fall. KP will be back up in 5 seconds, but Fnatic, they've opened up the racks here. And they're going to get the melee at least. Newbee just struggling to push them back. Silence is there onto life. Did he jump forward from KP? Finds the Avalanche. They do get the glimpse back on into the static soul. Can Envy keep himself alive? He's got the rage off. Turns towards KP. Jump forward. DJ tried to get him with the epicenter, but he couldn't find the blink. I think it got cancelled by looks of it. Now he has to jump out. Envy still stuck at the front. Bottom smash comes through from Kaka. He's been silenced. They will be able to bring him down, or will they? He's trying to armlet toggle his way out of this, but he cannot do so. Envy will fall. Abed goes for the BKB TP out. The rest of Fnatic disengage. They got what they came for. They get the melee barracks. Did come at the cost of Envy's life, but they'll take that at this stage, Fnatic.
Definitely. Mugi now has the MKB finished, so he actually will be able to deal some damage here. Since before he was quite limited, especially versus that Crimson Guard. SCCC still very farmed up though with this Aegis too. And a Bloodthorn. Like we mentioned though, a lot of this game is dictated based off of these initiations. and the cooldowns of Newbee's BKBs. They are getting lower and lower. It is 7 seconds on the TA.
Newbee are playing aggressive. They know it. With Envy off the mat for 20 seconds, Fnatic will be a little hesitant in the way that they take the fights.
Yeah, DJ just pushing in bottom as best he can right now on the Sand King. Full Aghanims as well at base for DJ to get those further initiations. And a gem now picked up. Wanted to get rid of those pesky traps. That's one of the biggest things. Playing versus TAs now.
Yeah, I think that was almost certainly what caused issues for DJ in that last fight.
Yeah, I think that's what clipped him in the back lines there. Yeah. And look at this. Look at these traps in the mid lane too. We just saw that pointed out. Is there's 4 or 5 of them placed to be able to cut that creep wave. As well as top, you see top creep wave is dead.
Here we go
Just
mid.
because of traps.
The jam, as you say, making sure that they can clear out those traps before they're popped.
Can he get this one off? He does. Say bye to that creep wave. Mostly. They are bigger creeps though, so they don't actually get one-shotted by it now at this point.
A very close game 3 though. 35 minutes in, 21-15. 2K lead for Newbee, but they are down a melee racks.
They really do suffer in the damage department when that Crimson Guard gets popped though, as we've been seeing. From the itemization coming out from Fnatic, everyone just building heavy in armor after having that magic immunity on the key heroes.
I like this from Newbee though, from Mugi. After the BKB, he's just going full offensive.
Straight
So MKB and now looking for a Daedalus.
I mean, he needs to, right? Like
Yeah,
the
you've
way
gotta-
that
gotta get
Fnatic's
down.
itemizing.
I mean, between him and the TA, any target they focus should die.
Level 25 already as well on Mugi. 3 levels ahead of anybody else in the game because of that experience gain talent. So very elusive now. And they still do have that cheese available. The Aegis is going to be reclaimed in about 3 seconds.
Aegis will expire on SCCC. So Fnatic may try and push the issue whilst that's unavailable. At least before that next Roshan comes up. Unless Fnatic do want to sort of chill out and just take the fight at the Roshas. So we have seen they definitely have potential to do so. Sure, the last few times Newbee's been able to get away with the Aegis and Roshan, but
They've been successful at the fights.
yeah, the fights have been where Fnatic excel.
Will be a Hex next on to Abed, and Envy will be going for that Manta. As we saw, the Bloodthorn being a big problem for him, as well as that Static Storm if he doesn't get his Rage off. DJ clearing out all these wards. At the moment, they know that Newbee was positioned down here, so trying to kill all the traps, all the wards, get rid of that vision.
See what they can get done here. Fnatic coming out across the map.
They see a couple of the Newbee heroes up top with this ward they've placed. They see KP, they see Faith as well.
KP pretty close to having a full AC.
DJ's just killing all of their vision, just finds another fresh ward. This gem is putting in work. Bottom again, we see the trap cutting the creep wave that was placed previously by SCCC.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Envy with the quick rage TP out.
Kaka actually sleeping down here as well. Universe is on his own down bottom, but he's keeping himself backed right up. Nullifier Gold is there for SCCC. He's got the courier being sent out, and DJ was there, but it looks like DJ now backing off. Won't be able to do anything about that. As KP goes full in with the money, picks up the completed AC. The courier was there, but SCC didn't actually pick up his relic, so the nullifier not going to quite be out for the TA at the moment.
I think he's trying just to make sure that he does have the buyback.
Sure. Has he not got enough for both? Oh, he's got enough now.
It's expensive. Remember, death cost is 680 and the buyback is 2,000, so he's actually still short of it. Abed commits for the Hex though, so Abed does not have buyback. Lots of big items coming out for both sides here. Fnatic looking for a fight with this Infest. They've got ward vision of SCCC right now too.
Who's going to get the jump first? KP comes forward, will show.
Newbee, they put down their own wards, so they do see Fnatic positioned on that high ground there.
A very tense moment around this pit. As Roshan is going to be the big hot topic between these two teams. Lane,
They're looking for KP, the body blocks from DJ.
they're chasing him.
Was the Sage procs, the Sunstrike?
They've got the Tornado coming through, but the BKB will remain long enough as KP's able to keep himself out to the side.
Another BKB though forced. These are starting to get low. 7 seconds on KP.
They've got the completed Daedalus on Mugi. So between that, the AC on KP, they have a lot of punch. They're ready to do a full-out Eon Disc on Kaka so he can make sure to get out the full combo from his Earth Spirit.
Newbee is very afraid for good reason right now. Like we mentioned, that gem right now from DJ is just continuing to just take out all the wards, all the vision. There's just these traps that keep watching some of them moving from Fnatic, but they are playing with a very dark map at the moment. And SCCC, he does have the Nullifier finished and he's sending the courier over there.
And time to smoke and go. Roshan's back up. Newbee, they want to get themselves in there. Ideally, if you're Newbee, they do want to try and find a pick off first before getting in as...
It's a minute and a half till the rush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that Nullifier is finished, so he's got the...
Oh, yeah, it's just a forge in that.
Yeah. He's got the Nullifier plus the Bloodthorn. Fnatic, though, smoked in the high ground
Fnatic,
here.
they could have the jump, potentially go straight away onto SCCC. KP coming in with the reaction, but the air offer goes down. BKB popped by KP, turns towards Universe. Universe is going to fall. He gets cut through. SCCC buys back immediately. There's the Cataclysm coming through, comes on top of Mugi and Faith. And Mugi will still survive, not enough to bring down the Weaver. They'll turn towards the Golem. SCCC brought back for this.
They reset so quickly as soon as that TA buyback comes out. And SCCC, as he was dying, he did pop the BKB. So now it is not available. All 3 BKBs on the side of Newbee were used.
Oh, Universe actually buying back as well. They find the Burrow Strike onto Kaka. He's going to take down like the Shadow with the Tornado. Is actually going to clip him. I bet he's going to be able to find
Gets
it.
him. This Hex just coming into play right there, keeping that lockdown.
Envy
walks in the high ground.
They'll try and turn with the punches. Envy gets the rage off in time. Universe comes in with a hoof stomp. Straight away turn. SCC gets another fight with the Burrow
DJ,
Strike.
3-man stun.
From DJ comes in. Abed trying to man up. They've got the Cold Snap and Hex down onto SCCC. He brought back for this. They can't afford to lose the TA again, but they've lost KP. SCCC gets the break off in time.
Can they find him?
He's gone to the left, Faith. Will he be able to DPI? He won't. Universe finds the Who Stomp. DJ closes in with a Burrow Strike. They've got him.
The Tornado clips.
Abed, he's
Clips
found
SCCC.
SCCC. Have they got the vision? Yes, they have. The gem's there for the refraction. BKB blink up to the side. No TP there for 10 seconds. SCCC, can he really get his way out of this? They're fully focusing him. He's trying to turn, but the stun, the Hex comes through. Abed has the control, gets the triple kill. That Tornado up to the high ground from Abed.
He just predicted that he was going to be there because they did not have vision there. They don't have high ground. They don't have high ground vision there
And
until
with
afterwards.
that, there's no TA for 95 seconds. SCCC's just got to watch from the sidelines. Sure, you've got Mugi and Kaka up. Faith will be back in 20 seconds as well. But you're without KP and you're without SCCC as Fnatic have the full 5-man. They also have the Epicenter ready to fight with.
They could get all 3. They could definitely get Mega Creeps here.
It certainly looks to be it. They've got the tier 3 tower top.
The control coming out from Fnatic, perfect there. The chain stun on the Templar Assassin in both situations with that Hex. More than enough for them to bring her down.
It's going to be the Megas for sure.
It's going to be Megas.
Fnatic just pushing on here in game 3. KP is back up, but no SCCC for 50 seconds. Can Newbee really do anything? Gonna try. They go for the boulder smash. The silence comes out for 3-man starts. Pop here by Eternal Envy as he's trying to get himself out, but he won't. He'll fall. Abed pops the BKB, tries to turn and fight. He's desperately trying to look for the Mega Creeps. He's punching into it here with Universe. DJ slides in with the Epicenter. Abed, he'll fall, but so will the Racks. Fnatic got what they came for. They get the Mega Creeps. Newbee looking for DJ. They've got the vision to get the glimpse back. They will find the Avalanche follow-up and take down the Sand King. So they get 3 of them.
He tried to disjoint that glimpse there. He even bought a mango and ate it to try to do that, but unable to there. And Fnatic, they throw their lives away for that Megas. More than worth it here at this point.
But Newbee, they still hold on by a thread. They have a tier 4 at least holding on mid. They do have ways to push out the Megas, at least with the side blades, with the cleave from the Tiny, but it's not great. Fnatic 5k ahead now. We are going to see Newbee quickly push down mid. They want to try and force buybacks.
Yeah, they have to.
They've got it. If they can get I mean, if they could get either Abed or Envy to buy back here, there is a chance for Newbee.
I think Envy should be back in time. They should be able to stall. He's got 20 seconds. Abed might be forced to buy back. I don't know if we'll see them hold the buybacks after what we saw at the previous tournament.
Well, let's have a look here. Newbee, they're up to the tier 3 tower. Fortification comes out from Fnatic. You're right, they're not going to need to buy back on Envy. He is back up. 15 seconds, though, without the Invoker. There. Oh, KP. No, they can't go for tier 4s. They have to just look for Rax here. They can't get too far ahead of themselves, Newbee. Buyback will come out from DJ. There's going to be the jump forward. DJ looking to kick the fight off. Straight away, Universe comes in. He gets silenced. They're nullified. SCCC turns to focus him, but the chaotic offer comes out onto 3. SCCC, he has the refraction of this, so he can blink forward. Gets the kill onto Universe. Now looking towards Envy. The silence to the magnetize coming through. KP jumps in. They're looking for the control on Envy, but they haven't got enough. Envy will be fine. BKB popped by Mugi. They'll find the Earth Spirit here, Fnatic.
The base is dying too. Faith has to TP back. Abed is now boots are traveling into Newbee's base.
Oh, but DJ's got the burrow strike onto SCCC. SCCC still with the refraction, turning towards Envy. Does he have the damage to bring down this lifestealer? BKB popped by SCCC. He's looking for Envy, but Envy keeping himself alive with the lifesteal on KP. KP does with the avalanche.
The Cataclysm.
The Cataclysm comes in though. SCCC's down for Nani. Abed's in the base, looking to close the game up, and he will. GG is called. Fnatic will
my
move
God.
on here at Corsair DreamLeague Season 9 as they take down Newbee 2-1.
Fnatic were on fire with their initiations in this game. Sure, we saw Newbee get the Aegis a couple times. They get the successful Roshans, but those jumps, they found Faith and Kaka several times in the crucial moments, and getting that chain lockdown on SCC in the later stages, able to claim the mega creeps. Fnatic have done it.
And they have indeed.
Secured their place in the grand.
Very close plays, and some from Abed as well. Of course, the Invoker pick certainly working out. Little things like clipping SCCC there as SCCC tried for the safe play from the high ground.
So now they play against next. Oh man, Fnatic. I feel like all these games, right? It just seems like megas always end up happening, and we have some crazy base situation happening, but Fnatic able to do it with the Abed Invoker.
Absolutely. What
Wow.
a tournament it's been so far for Fnatic here, as knocking Newbee out. They are now one of the last 3 teams here on LAN amongst Secret and Liquid.
That one looked like it could have gone either way at some points,
Yeah.
but just the chain lockdown once those BKBs start taking down from Newbee.
Well, we'll be
Wow.
able to bring
They've
the
done it.
panel back in after that. As, quite a game there, which we're sort of coming to expect from Fnatic. Quite the entertainers. When it comes to Dota
Absolutely.
2.
Yeah, that was a really great one. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
A lot of great fights around Roche Pit mostly.
Yes.
But Abed Invoker is back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that helped him there, although he did get pushed out of lane, was the fact that the Warlock could come, get the Shadow Word on the TA. That kind of ticks down the refraction a bit. But eventually we saw that he got pushed completely out. But he still got what he needed to do. I think what I liked about it actually was that the Centaur and the Sand King had this kind of double initiation going on. So they can take out maybe 2 supports in the fights. But while their cooldowns, while their stuns are on cooldown, what you can do is Invoker can tie everybody else up. He ice wall and he's doing the tornado and everything. Just keep everything tied down. Then they're ready again and they can reinitiate. So, and then you've always got the Warlock in the back. I thought I really liked the balance of their team, and that's why I backed him. But it was way closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it was
Very
a
close.
super exciting game.
Yeah, and I think that's right. You have those 2 layers, right? You've got the Centaur and the Sand King, and this is so crucial against the side of Newbee because with the Disruptor, you've got the Stampede to get out of the combo, right? No kinetic field worry. At the same time, when you're up against Weaver, your concern is he's going to time lapse. If you just save one of those for a reinitiation, suddenly Weaver's actually quite scared of what you can do. And yeah, you're right, Invoker does create that space in between, especially once he gets his talents up and we just see everyone running away from Sunstrikes.
And I believe you have a highlight clip selected.
This was
as
kind
well?
of the crumble point for Newbee. Like, this pretty much solidified it. So they come in, they're jumping up to the high ground, and look at this. You just got on standby DJ the whole time. Envy forces everything out of them. The fatal bonds on all these heroes, I thought it was actually going to kill TA off initially, but it doesn't. And you got to keep in mind, there was a buyback that occurred for Templar Assassin. This is the crucial part. That's why they're targeting Templar down right now. It's like, it's okay though, I'm sleeping here, I'm happy, no one's going to hit me. You already lost a Tiny. You needed to actually just leave Tiny and run away at that stage. And then they just chase him more. Obviously, they find Faith, which is more the bonus kill because they were looking for TA, and then fantastically from Abed to actually just catch out our poor little TA up here. No escape for you. And as soon as you lose your Templar Assassin, they already knew. They knew. They went straight base after that, and that was just breakpoint.
It was It was a close one.
It was a close one. Certainly at the end there, I think by that point they had to YOLO push all in
Yeah.
mid.
Yeah, good choice.
If they'd been able to get something out of that fight, it would have been very close. But at the same time, the mega creeps are pushing the range and a buyback boots a travel in, and maybe it would all be over. So I think that the end there, the game was basically over. Fnatic had won it, but they did win just too many big team fights that were close, could have gone either way, but they took it, and I thought they played really, really well.
Yeah, and I mean, Envy done fantastically to just buy time
right.
for Abed. So.
Speaking of Envy,
Oh, have we got the
and
man
we got
done?
Envy.
I believe we have.
Come on
Door
out,
will
Gaki.
open. Come on out.
Don't break it this time.
Just
Just
yeah,
grab
there we
it.
go.
Yeah, there you go. It's in one piece. He's happy with that.
It's fine. So good. Congratulations. That was an exciting series to watch. A close game.
Oh, do you want to go for a
1K.
replay for you?
we were just chasing the TA. That was the when you were chasing.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a super close game, at least from our perspective. How was that game to play?
I don't know. It was like it felt really bad. Like game 2 felt really bad, and this game felt really bad because like we're in a draft, and like at one point we couldn't hear Abed. It was just so weird. And then the last ban, I banned Storm because I was gonna pick something else. And then I knew they were gonna invoke. I knew that they were gonna TA with Invoker, and I didn't ban them the TA because like I didn't even know he wanted Invoker.
But he went Invoker. You went Invoker.
Yeah, I went Invoker anyway, but then like of course he's gonna TA because like we knew Invoker was a better pick even if he TA'd.
Yeah.
But like it was like oh, because if we just banned a TA, the game would be easier.
Yeah, stressful game, stressful game. First game, or the game that you lost. Can you talk to us about that one?
I mean, our draft was just pretty shit. Like we couldn't fight them at all. Like we did some like massive outplay at the Roche. We got lucky, I'd say, because it was a shard Roche, and then we got the shard and we got everything, and then we ended up getting all of them to buy back. We got like both cores. I think all 3 positions bought back.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like we just lost because we don't have a Sentry Ward, and then the Shaker like they run it with no buybacks, right? So we win that fight, win the game.
Yeah.
And like the Shaker just runs into us, and he just echoes the Medusa, and we couldn't get our Stone Gaze off until he was like 1 HP, and then we couldn't fight. So that was pretty much the game decider. But at the beginning of the game, like our lineup was just way too slow, and we couldn't fight. So we lost like all our towers, and we could never fight them.
Is that like one of the big concerns whenever you pick Medusa is that you do have to make a lot of space for that type of carry, right?
Yeah, I mean that's partially. It's just they also have this annoying ass Underlord. So like, and we didn't have any damage. We had like some Fur on right clicks, and like a Medusa right click. It's just such shitty damage. So like every time he pillar ultis, like it doesn't matter how hard they fuck up. As long as they get the pillar ulti off, like we're only gonna kill one of them.
Yeah, they're out.
So I think it was 2 days ago when we spoke to you, or maybe it was yesterday, and you said that one of the things you were having was a little communication, like you'd say go and they'd say back, and you seem to have pushed that out of your game completely. So you said you guys had worked on something. It felt like you guys were on the same page in all 3 games here, even though in game 2 that you lost it. I didn't feel like you were discombobulated. You know, you guys were on the same page. You were moving as a team, working as a team. These team fights were fantastic.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No, that's one way I look at it. Like in the team speak, it still feels a little chaotic. It's more like I'm just louder than usual.
Might be all it is. You just need to.
Might be needed. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but we're still gonna work on it because I might not be like that all the time. So it's like the team synergy has to work together. Like people have to understand what each other are thinking while even saying it. Like ideally, and you want to like get as close to it as possible.
Right.
Well, it definitely looked like it worked for this series.
Yeah.
We're going to have to let you go because you have to prepare for the next match against Liquid.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say before that match?
I'm looking forward to getting our revenge. I think we were pretty fucking upset last time we lost. So.
All right, looking forward to you trying to get your revenge. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us. And we are going to prepare for our next match. So we'll have Thomas
Still like
play
that.
out.
I'll take that. That's cool.
Yeah. Before we actually go to our next match, we also still, of course, have the MVP vote. And I think you guys know who the MVP was of that match.
I would say Abed maybe.
I would say Abed,
Find out.
maybe? Ta-da!
What do you know?
What do you know? I
Bias.
really like that we actually have MVPs.
We asked
going on.
nicely,
Yeah.
and I think people have responded, so that's
Yeah.
very
I
kind.
respect that, yeah.
I really like that.
Thank you.
DJ pretty high up there as well, and the Sand King, of course, making some great plays. I think that's the, 4 positions will always get some extra credit there.
They definitely should, especially when you're playing a hero like Sand King, very visible, high-impact hero. So you catch the eye, but he did very, very well.
Yeah. So we have got 1 match left for today.